All right, let's talk about something that's on everyone's mind: money. But we're going to flip the script today. I want you to forget, just for a moment, everything you think you know about meticulous budgeting, because we're diving into how the wealthy actually manage their money.
So let me ask you something and be honest. Have you ever tried budgeting? I mean, really tried. You did the spreadsheets, you downloaded the apps, you tracked every single coffee, and at the end of the month, you looked at your bank account and just felt broke? Yeah. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are in very good company.
And here's the thing I really want you to hear. That feeling, it's not your fault. Seriously, it doesn't mean you're bad with money or you just don't have enough willpower. That frustration is a clue that maybe, just maybe, the tool itself is the problem.
And that brings us to the core idea we're going to unpack today. The budgeting that most of us were taught, it's basically a middle-class survival tool. It's designed to help you get by, to keep your head above water. It was never, ever designed to be a wealth-building strategy. Okay, so before we get into what does work, let's quickly pull apart why the old way, why traditional budgeting just doesn't cut it for most people.
You know the drill, right? It's all about tracking every little thing, limiting your spending, cutting back on stuff you actually enjoy. It's this constant mindset of, no, you can't have that. And honestly, it's exhausting. It turns managing money into this daily grind of tiny, painful choices. And this right here, this is the whole game. Look at the difference. The budgeting question is all about defense. How do I divide the little bit I have? It's a question about scarcity. But the wealthy question, it's pure offense. It's how do I build a system that does the work for me? See the shift? It's not about restriction. It's about intelligent design. So if budgeting isn't the answer, what is? Well, that leads us right into the big mindset shift that really changes everything. The alternative has a name: cash flow management. And it's not about chasing your money around and logging where it went. No, it's about being the architect of your finances. You design the system. You tell your money where to go the moment it comes in, and you let automation do the heavy lifting. I love this quote because it just cuts right to the heart of it. Rich people manage cash flow, not categories. They're not obsessing over the entertainment bucket versus the groceries bucket. They're focused on the big picture flow: what comes in, what automatically goes out to investments, and then what's left. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in practice? Well, it all boils down to one simple, incredibly powerful system that pretty much all wealthy people use. We're talking about the pay yourself first system. The beauty of this system is just how simple it is. Your paycheck hits your account, and then boom, immediately, before you can even think about it, a piece of that money is automatically sent to your investments. That's you paying your future self. Then the essential bills get paid, and here's the magic part: whatever is left is just yours, to spend on whatever you want, completely and totally guilt-free. Just think about what that means. You can stop living in a spreadsheet. You don't have to feel guilty about buying a coffee, because if the money's there, you can afford it. The big, important decisions are already handled by the system you built. It just wipes out so much financial stress. So, what's the engine that makes this whole system run without you even thinking about it? Well, this is where we get to talk about your financial superpower: automation. Automation is just hands down better than manual budgeting. Why? Well, for one, it rips emotion out of the picture. There's no more hemming and hawing about whether to save or spend. Two, it means you don't have to rely on willpower, which, let's be real, is a battery that runs out. And three, a machine doesn't forget or make a typo. The system just works every single time. And this is the deep psychological truth behind it all. Expecting yourself to make the perfect, disciplined choice every single day is setting yourself up to fail. A smart system doesn't rely on you being perfect. It makes the right choice the easy, automatic, default choice. Now, when you automate the important stuff, you free up your most valuable asset, your brain power. And instead of focusing all your energy on cutting expenses, which, as you can see, has a hard limit, you can pivot. You can start focusing on the other side of the equation, increasing your income, which has no limit at all. So, all that time you used to spend stressing over a $5 purchase, now it gets reinvested into things that actually move the needle. You're learning a skill that can get you a raise, you're exploring a side hustle, you're looking for opportunities. You're finally playing financial offense instead of just defense. Okay, this is all well and good, but how do you actually get started? The best part is you don't need to be wealthy to use this system. In fact, this is how you get there. Let's walk through the exact actionable steps you can take, like today.
Here it is, your 4-step action plan. It's so simple. First, open a totally separate savings or investment account. Give your money a destination. Second, set up an automatic transfer from your main account to that new one, even if it's just 1% of your income to start. Just start. Third, automate your big bills, your rent, your car payment, utilities. And fourth, the fun part. Enjoy what's left. That money is for you, guilt-free.
If you remember nothing else from this, remember this right here. Stop focusing on your spending. Focus on your structure. Get the structure right, and the spending will naturally fall into place without you having to think about it.
And let's wrap up with this final idea, which says it all. Building wealth isn't about being some kind of monk with superhuman self-control. It's about being a clever engineer. You design a system that puts your financial progress on autopilot.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. What's just one thing, one bill payment, one transfer to savings, one little piece of your financial life you could automate this week? Just start with that one thing, because that's how you begin building a system that finally works for you instead of you working for it.